Hello students. On saying please, this lesson shows the courtesy. And to prove the importance of courtesy here, Alfred Gardner gave us an example of a liftman. There was a liftman. In small and big cities, there are multi-story buildings, and in such buildings, people use the lift, and there is a liftman. So this is the example in the form of story is given by Alfred Gardner, and the liftman always wanted the word please. If someone says second floor, third floor or top floor, at the time liftman asked him the polite language. According to him, people should say top floor please. People should say second floor please by this way. So here we have an example. The young liftman in a city office who threw a passenger out of his lift the other morning and was fined for offence was undoubtedly in the wrong. It was a question of please. The complaint entering the lift said top. The liftman demanded top please, and this concession being refused, he not only declined to comply with the instruction but hurled the passenger out of the lift. So, how was the conversation? The conversation was without the courtesy, without the politeness. The passenger said stop, said only the word stop. And what was the demand of the liftman? Stop, please. The word please shows courtesy. The word please shows request or politeness. But the passenger did not use that. And at that time, the liftman threw a passenger out of the lift. The word threw is the past form of throw. It means that when we tell a story, at that time we use the second form, the past form of the verb, and here we have used. So, we have to understand the importance of the courtesy, and so that this example is given by Alfred Gardner. Then, this of course was carrying a comment on manner too far. This courtesy is not a legal offense. So what is legal and what is illegal? According to the law, courtesy and discourtesy or politeness, impoliteness, such things are out of the law. This is not an offense. If someone did not use the polite words, this is not the offense, this is not the crime according to our constitution. So discourtesy is not a legal offense, and it does not excuse assault and battery. What is mean assault and battery? An attack which includes not only threat but also the actual use of violence. If there is a threat, if there are used the abusive words, they are not the crime. So, we have to understand only the social importance of these words or courtesies. Here, there is another example of a burglar. If a burglar breaks into a house and I knock him down, the law will acute me, and if I am physically assaulted, it will permit me retaliate with reasonable violence. If there is a violence with the thief, if there is a burglar, what is mean burglar? Burglar means the thief. And if there is a violence with the burglar, it is legal. Why? Because such and such things are recorded in our constitution. But what about the polite words or courtesy? They are not the part of our constitution. It does this because the burglar and my assailant means the bodyguard, or here is the meaning, an attacker, have broken quite definite commands of the law, but no legal system could attempt a legislate against bad manners. What is mean legislate? Make a law or laws, or could sanction the use of violence against something which does not itself recognize as a legally punishable offense. So, some offenses are punishable offenses. They are the legal offenses or crimes. But what about the courtesy or the polite words? They are not the part of legal law. And our sympathy with the liftman, we must admit that the law is responsible. Many times we can say, the law must be responsible about such things. It would never do if we were at liberty to box people's ears. What does it mean box? This is a new word according to me. Box means fight with the fist. Fight with the fist. This is punching, we can say, boxing. The word boxing is related to box. People's ears because we could not like their behavior. So, if the words are not good, if the words are not mannerful, there may be the attack on the air. There may be the attack on the air. There may be the bad manners attacked on our air, and on such situation we feel insulted, and according to the insulted people, this is the voices are, their bad voices are actually the crying. Our faith would never be idle. Our fist would never be idle, and the gutters of the city would run with blood all day. What will happen? If such abusive words or the bad words are illegal at that time, every city gutter would run with blood all day. So, we should be social, we should follow the social behavior, mannerful behavior, and these are the requirements of our society, manners and etiquettes we can say. I may be uncivil as I may please, and the law will protect me against violent relations. I may be haughty. What do you mean haughty? Here, having a high opinion of oneself and often a low opinion of others. High opinion by others and low opinion by others. So, oneself is high opinion and by others, low opinion. It shows the superior and inferior complex also, we can say. So, or boorish means rude or uncultured, and there is no penalty to pay except the penalty of being written down an ill-mannered fellow. The law doesn't compel me. Compel means to make compulsory. The law doesn't compel me to say please or to attune my voice to other people's sensibilities any more than it says that I shall not wax. Wax means to grow my mustache. Mustache means these are my mustache. So, wax my mustache or dye my hair or wear ringlets down my back. It does not recognize the laceration of our feelings. What is mean laceration? A cut or tear. Laceration of our feelings as a case of compensation. There is no allowance for moral and illegal damages in this matter. If there is a illegal matter or legal matter, whatever may be there, many times people want the allowance. But what is the reality? There is no allowance for moral and intellectual damages in this matter. This does not mean that the damages are negligible. If they are not legal, but the damages are not negligible, they must be considerable. It is probable that the liftman was much more actually hurt by what he recognized as a slur upon his social standing that he would have been if he had a kick on his shin. Actually, the liftman kicked the passenger out of the lift. What was this? This was an offense, and there may be the hurt of the passenger, and which we can see, or the doctor can see it on the particular hurt also. But what about the insulting of the liftman? The liftman was completely insulted, and that thing was not related to the particular point, that particular time, for which, I can continue, for which he could have got a legal redress. The pain of a kick on the shins soon passes away, but the pain of a wound to our self-respect, wound to our self-respect. This feeling is very important. This is the feeling of the liftman. This is the feeling of the liftman, that there may be the wound of the self-respect. Wound. This point is very important, so I shall repeat. Wound to our self-respect. And this point is very important here in this story. Wound to our self-respect is more important. Or our vanity may poison a whole day. The result of the poison may spread throughout our body, in our regions, in our thoughts, throughout the whole day. I can imagine that liftman denied the relief of throwing the author of his own out of the lift, brooding over the insult by the hour, and visiting his wife in the evening as the only way of restoring his equilibrium. What is mean equilibrium? Balance. We can see the real balance at home. What was the mind position of the liftman? That was not good. So he will not behave good. His behavior will not be good with his wife also at the place of house. So his wife in the evening as the only way of restoring his equilibrium, means balance, for there are few things more catching than bad temper and bad manners. So at house when he returned, he showed the bad manners to his wife. When Sir and Tom Absolute billed Captain Absolute, this is another example given by Alfred Gardner. The latter went out and billed his man Fag, whereupon Fag went on downstairs and kicked the page boy, probably the man who said stop to the lift man was really only getting back on his employer who had not said good morning to him, because he himself had been henpecked. Henpecked means the cock. Hen we can say, at breakfast by his wife, to whom the cook had been insolent, make the insult, because the housemaid had answered her back. So this is the loan, and it may spread throughout the society. We infect the world with our ill humor. This sentence is very important. According to the author, we infect the whole world with our ill humor. Bad humors probably do more to poison the stream of the general life than all the crimes in the calendar. For one wife who gets a black eye, means the bad word, from an otherwise good-natured husband, there are 100 who live a life of martyrdom. Martyrdom means suffering for sympathy. Actually, sympathy is expected by everyone. That is martyrdom, under the shadow of a moral temper. Moral means, what does it mean moral? Unhappy. Moral means sad, unhappy temper. If the temper means behavior is sad, what will be spread? Only the sadness will be spread. So, but all the same, the law cannot become the guardian of our private manners. These are our private manners, and there is no law, there is no legacy in such private manners. No big law could cover the vast area of offences, and no court could administer a law which governs our social civilities, our speech, the tilt of our eyebrows, and all our moods and manners. These are our personal things, and we have to control these things. We have to use such things very politely, humorously in our social life. This is our personal responsibility, but there is no law connection is here. But though we are bound to endorse the verdict, what has been endorsed? Recognize, understand. Bound to endorse the verdict against the lift man. Verdict means judgment. The verdict against the lift man. Most people will have a certain sympathy with him, with the lift man. Why it is true that there is no law that makes compulsory us to say please. There is a social practice much older and much more sacred than any law which enjoins us to be civil. And the first requirement of civility is that we should acknowledge the service. We should acknowledge a service. We should understand our position of service. We should understand what is our duty and say, please and thank you are the small change with which we pay our grace as social beings. If we use the please and thank you, such social words, social courtesy words, polite words, that may be social beings, they are the little courtesies by which we keep the machine of life oiled and running sweetly. How? Sweetly. They put our intercourse upon the basis of a friendly cooperation and easy give and take, instead of on the basis of superior dictating to inferior. It is a very vulgar, bad mind that would wish to command where he can have the service for asking and have it with willingness and good feeling, instead of resentment. What is resentment? Anger. So, what is good? Anger is not good. Only the politeness is good. Only the respect is good. They are the social manners, and we have to follow the social manners. These are saying by Alfred Gardner, who is the author of this essay on saying please. So this lesson is very, very important, and we should consider new words and phrases and sentences also, and we should try to use the communicative approach, learning approach through the story of the liftman. Thank you today.